Erik Ten Hag has been sacked as Manchester United manager, with the club stating that Ruud van Nistelrooy will take charge on an interim basis until the club find a new manager. So today we're going to be taking a look at Manchester United under Ruud van Nistelrooy, diving into tactics, starting formation and all that good stuff. If you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video. But anyway, let's get this party started. Ruud van Nistelrooy set PSV up in a 4-2-3-1. They defended in quite a similar way to Manchester United this season, that being a 4-2-4. But the key difference between the two sides, when the opposition would work the ball down one of the flanks, the fullback would engage, the correct thing to do, versus Man United under Ten Hag, with a defensive midfielder going out, again opening up massive space in between the lines for the opposition to exploit in and outside of the box. So number one, the defensive setup from Ruud van Nistelrooy, very much this 4-2-4 pressing structure. And you've got to remember that PSV were quite direct in the 22-23 season. They like fast counters, which during this pressing shape would give a lot of bodies up the pitch to Fred the likes of Cody Gakpo in behind the opposition's defence, and Xavi Simons to attack the ball in those areas. But defensively, the 4-2-4 structure was really good. From an attacking perspective, Ruud van Nistelrooy used fullbacks high and forced wingers inside, especially on the left-hand side. So going from that 4-2-3-1 structure that we previously spoke about, you'd have Cody Gakpo would invert and drop into the inside right channel. Xavi Simons very much would move around as a playmaker. He was their advanced playmaker in the final third. He would pick up spaces deep, pick up spaces high, or even drift out wide to combine with Bakayoko on the right wing. Bakayoko would operate as an inverted winger or normal winger, very comfortable attacking the fullback, both on the inside and on the outside, giving good kind of flexibility in the final third, with Luuk de Jong very much operating as a target man in this side, either to get on the end of these crosses in the box or alternatively to get on long balls. Manchester United under Erik Ten Hag have been so slow out of the back this season. Van Nistelrooy's PSV like to hit Luuk de Jong and then play on those second balls. Given the natural nature of the system, and that instead of it being a number 8 moving into the advanced areas and, you know, getting into that attacking midfield zone, simply by having one of the wingers moving inside, it means counter-pressing is a lot easier, and playing for that second ball and winning that second ball with very much a natural overload in that area is a lot easier. The other big things with Ruud van Nistelrooy's system, of course, in possession, the left-back Van Aanholt would get into the final third and operate as a winger. He'd get wide, he'd get crosses into the box, and he'd combine with his teammates on the inside. But of course, usually it would be looking for Luuk de Jong in the penalty area, again, looking to hit the big Dutch attacker. In terms of the base of the defence and the midfield, you'd see stagnation in the midfield line. Again, something that causes opponents issues. You know, do you go high, which creates space further up the pitch and so forth. But very much in that midfield area, it was a bit of a U-shape with the two attacking midfielders, and of course the two defensive midfielders very much combining and using their footballing ability to play through. But I think one of the big things that you got to say about Van Nistelrooy's PSV is they like to play that direct pass. They like to break your lines. They like to attack you in between those lines. Super important. In terms of the makeup of the back three, you know, they'd stretch out in a back three. The right back would tuck inside. The left centre back would move to the wide area. Again, things that Manchester United could do. But in terms of the players that really excelled in this shape and system, it was the attackers, which is a nice thing to say. Luuk de Jong scored a lot of goals for Ruud van Nistelrooy's PSV, and Xavi Simons was the guy in the final third making things happen. The most goal involvements in terms of any player playing at PSV that season. Creative, ability on the ball, but really giving freedom to attackers in those areas. Of course, Cody Gakpo, before his move to Liverpool, was the top assister for PSV, either operating in these central spaces to combine with the number 9, or alternatively, you know, underlapping or making those runs on the outside in to once again get crosses into the box. Ruud van Nistelrooy's teams didn't mess about in the final third, and they would get balls into the box for their forwards. So highlighting a few of these tactical concepts with a little bit of match footage, here we can see PSV against AZ Alkmaar. But once again, look how direct they are in the transition. They've won the ball back in their own penalty area, with the left back in possession right now. But look how vertical they are to find Luuk de Jong Jong's feet, instantly looking for him in that space just off the opposition centre-back. He's dropped in, one touch. Xavi Simons, of course, the left winger that game against AZ Alkmaar, running off him through the defence and simply finishing off the move. Other things that we spoke about, that back three with the left centre-back operating a little bit of a, left-sided player in a back three with the left wing-back flying forward. We can see this against Excelsior. A long ball over the top. Of course, at this point, Fabio Silva's playing as a left winger. He's slightly tucked in with the left back super high. Ball over the defence. Simple football. Carries into the box. Two players making runs and a simple side-footed finish for Luc de Jong to give them the lead. And finally, the big thing when we're talking about pressing. This is such an important part of PSV under Ruud van Nistelrooy. The fullbacks getting involved in the pressing. We can clearly see PSV putting the squeeze on here with those four attackers, forcing the opposition to really go back to their goalkeeper. Again, the area that you can attack when you're pressing with four players is the space behind the wingers. Of course, Van Nistelrooy sorted this with the fullback jumping, and we can see him doing it right now with the right back squeezing the opposition's left winger, forcing him to play backwards, putting the squeeze on again, winning the ball back in the penalty area for a really easy goal for PSV to score. Once again, utilising real key concepts in football to get good results. So what does this mean for Manchester United? Ruud van Nistelrooy will set United up into a 4-2-3-1, but they'll be far more vertical, far more counter-attacking, and overall a better team. By simply playing attackers in the attacking area, midfielders in the midfield area, Man United will be better at playing out from the back, creating chances, and having consistent patterns of play. Problems for Erik Ten Hag over his entire tenure at Manchester United. I think the big thing when you're looking at Manchester United and the ceilings of some players, Marcus Rashford scored 30 goals in his first season under Erik Ten Hag, playing very much in an inside position. And this is where he needs to return. We spoke about Cody Gakpo and Xavi Simons later in Van Nistelrooy's tenure as PSV manager, playing the left winger inside and having natural width from fullback. This is something that suits the Man United squad down to a T, either on the left-hand side, with of course Rashford tucking in, or on the right-hand side being slightly different. But let's focus on the left-hand side. I think one of the failings of Erik Ten Hag this season is not playing Harry Amass enough. Yes, Harry Amass is a young player. Yes, potentially he might get physically bullied by some Premier League players, but is a technical footballer of great skill and unbelievable potential. Not played any time this season for Manchester United. Having him playing in the next few games as the left winger, getting into the final third, operating as a nominal winger, is simple things that will improve Manchester United. Having a left footer on the left side. Call me crazy, but playing a fullback on the correct side that's available in the squad with high potential makes sense. Man United are currently 14th in the Premier League. Doing things like that will instantly improve. Of course, when you've got someone like Luke Shaw that should be fit at some point this season, him being in that position is simply going to make Man United better. Of course, that would mean slightly different things for the build-up. Of course, from an attacking sense, Shaw providing the width in the final third, Rashford on the inside with Bruno, Højlund or Xerxes on that side. You've got the back three made of Martinez, Matheus de Ligt and Matsarawi or Diogo Dalot tucking in there. We'd have real segmentation of that midfield line as well, and Garnacho operating as a nominal winger in the final third. Alternatively, if Man United wanted to change things up, of course, and maybe play Martinez as the left back, you simply just move that attacking line over. In a sense, you're throwing in another centre-back, Lenny Yoro, who's going to be fit very, very soon. He comes in at centre-back. Martinez operates as a natural, left-sided player. At left-back, you tuck in Marcus Rashford, maybe on the right-hand side, as we've seen in recent weeks. That's been actually quite good. Garnacho wide left and Diogo Dalot providing that width in the final third. Once again, you've got that U-shape in central midfield to create a lot of forward passing angles for Manchester United. Big thing. United need a lot more speed when they're in possession of the football. Instead of playing passes back to the goalkeeper, Andre Onana being the guy with most touches, United need to utilise that midfield line and play forward. Play into the feet of Rasmus Højlund, run off him, and then attack. There's two different structures there that Man United could really easily use. I prefer probably playing Harry Amass at the moment. I think he needs a bit of game time. I think it'd be good for his development. Again, with Matsarawi as a right back, in that back three, Garnacho on that right-hand side of the team. Of course, then we're going to be moving Marcus Rashford back into that inside left position to provide the goal threat that he needs. If you look at his shots this season, Marcus Rashford has only had shots in 3 games in the Premier League this season. That is criminal. Rashford should be having 3+ shots in most games and playing from an inside left position. That is where you're going to get the best out of him. I think as well for Ruud van Nistelrooy, getting another attacker in the starting lineup will change things. And I think playing with 2 strikers is what Man United need to do. Joshua Zirkzee is the link man, drop Bruno Fernandes into central midfield, and then you've got 2 forwards. United are struggling with goals at the moment. They need more forwards on the pitch. Joshua Zirkzee can operate as that number 10 into feet to link the play to Rashford, who again then can supply the likes of Rasmus Højlund in behind. Having Bruno Fernandes further from goal right now seems like the correct thing to do. A lot of Bruno's best play this season has come when he's dropped deeper into midfield and used his kind of longer range of passing, either to hit players over the top of defence or find through balls for the wide players, or simply link with a centre forward. I think Bruno in this deeper position could really work for Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's got energy, he's got the ability to play forward, and that's something that Man United will do more and more under Ruud van Nistelrooy. Play vertical, because at times it's been far too flat. I think when you're looking at his position as well with Bruno, that's one option when you're playing with 2 strikers, but once again, having him attacking midfield also makes sense. Could see Manchester United play quite gritty midfields at sometimes. Playing Casemiro and Ugarte in that centre of the park will give them a lot of defensive stability and allow them to then build. Ugarte is a player that's good when he's under pressure. He's quite quick with his passing. He's good on the carry. So having him operating as an 8, Casemiro operating as the 6 or holding midfielder in front of the back 3 in possession could really work. Not only would that benefit Man United from a counter-pressing position as soon as United have lost the ball, they've got 2 dogs in midfield and Ugarte and Casemiro to win the ball back, but also from a pressing situation, having those 2 guys in that kind of 4-2-4 structure would allow United to be super aggressive high up the pitch. Again, the fullbacks jumping, super important on the ball to win it back. A change that Ruud van Nistelrooy would make. Overall, it could be some really exciting football under Ruud van Nistelrooy. Crosses into the box, the use of hitting a target man early, and then playing off that with counter pressure. All things that would make Man United a much better team. Manchester United needed to make this change a while ago. We made a number of videos on this channel highlighting how poor Man United were in attack and defence in March. None of that stuff changed. It arguably got worse. This took far too long, and Man United have kind of killed themselves. Thomas Tuchel is now England manager, Julian Nagelsmann has a long-term contract with Germany, and Hansi Flick is basically taking over the world with Barcelona's academy team. If you want to know more about Hansi Flick, we made a video recently on how good his football's been. United could have got him in the summer. But overall, I think it's the right decision to make right now. The players now need to step up. We need to see this bounce. We need to see this attacking football and scoring goals. And that stat is the one I want to leave you on. Ruud van Nistelrooy's PSV scored more goals than any other team in the Eredivisie during his full season as manager. Manchester United have made their move. Hopefully we'll see some improvements in the style of play, the football, the happiness around the squad. And then the next manager comes in. Will it be Ruud van Nistelrooy? Let me know in the comments below. Or who do you want to see take over as Manchester United manager? I've been Statman Dave. Subscribe if you're new. See you later.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.